So I'm not going to talk about hypnotic conversational inductions. I'm doing one right now. This is it. You're not listening, you're transforming. You're remembering who the fuck you are. You ever notice how, when you really connect with someone, you don't have to try hard to make them feel better. You just say some real shit like, it's okay, you're human, you're not broken, you're just processing. And they go quiet, they breathe, they soften. You see that flicker in their eyes, like they just felt seen for the first time in weeks. Guess what? That is trance. That's you dropping someone into themselves without saying, you're now getting sleepy. Because who the hell talks like that in the real world? You're not a cartoon. You're a goddamn energy shifter. Let me highlight the way that you've been hypnotizing people like a total badass and didn't even notice. A voice drop and an intentional pause. Take a breath, for real, right now. And then you go quiet and just look at them. And they fucking do it every time. You're not commanding, you're guiding with presence. That's more powerful than any goddamn hypnotic script. Throw away suggestions that land like bombs. You'll figure it out, you always do. Said in passing, but it sticks. Why? Because it was true. And said while they were in a low-key emotional state. Timing and truth is a deep unconscious install. Telling a story about someone else. I knew a girl who used to overthink everything. Then one day she just stopped giving a shit what other people thought, and suddenly life got way easier. That's covert change, because the person listening starts thinking, wait, am I that girl? And the moment that thought hits, install complete. The vibe shift you cause without trying. You walk into a room, you feel the tension, and without saying anything heavy, you crack a joke, change the subject, or just smile, like you already know everything is going to be okay. That's state control. That's environmental hypnosis. That's real. That's you. Why conversational hypnosis matters? Because everyone out there is walking around tense, masked up, fake smiling their way through existential panic. They need people like you, who create safety through tone, space, energy, silence, metaphor and presence. They don't need someone to say, look into my eyes. They need someone to say, you're allowed to feel that. And you're not going to stay stuck there. That's hypnosis, that's healing, that's you. Let's unlock a few more techniques here. The strategic, you know. Sometimes you just need to breathe, you know. That's a soft presupposition. You're not asking if they agree, you're presuming they do, which makes their subconscious start scanning for proof that it's true. The sneaky future pace. And it's weird how, like later today, you'll probably find yourself just naturally feeling lighter. That's hypnotic future pacing, said casually, planted like a seed into a field of zero resistance. You don't need to be fancy, you just need to mean it. The energy reset. Let's start over. Shake that shit off. It's a pattern interrupt, a state reset. Subconscious is now listening closely. That's the moment you slide in something like, you're not your past, you're not your thoughts. You're the motherfucker rewriting the story. And the nervous system goes, oh shit, that's right. So let's lock this in unconsciously. Right now, you, me, this screen. There's a part of you probably deeper than words. That's already absorbing everything, not trying, not analysing, just soaking it in like sun on bare skin after too many cloudy days. And maybe, just maybe, this part of you remembers, oh yeah, I don't need scripts. I am the trance. My energy is the suggestion. My presence is the permission. So from now on, anytime you speak with that depth, that softness, that subtle power, people will shift. They'll relax. They'll start to open. Because they can feel your truth before they hear your words. And they'll follow you. Not because you tell them to. Because you're already walking the path that they were too afraid to see. So some final thoughts that you don't even have to remember. You're not practicing hypnosis. You're returning to a part of you that always knew how to lead with love, speak with clarity, move people with metaphors, Crack open healing with a single real sentence. And best of all, you'll do it all without effort, without planning, without even knowing exactly how it works, because from now on, every conversation you have is a hypnotic one. And every time you make people feel seen, safe, powerful, and fucking free, you'll grin to yourself and think, yep, that's magic.